So Nipun bhai, we can start.
Yes, Virag bhai.
So friends, post your question in the question tab. We'll take that as well. And Madhav sir is also joined. So
Yeah,
I
he's
mean
also
that's the
joining.
reason.
Virag bhai, I think I'm not able to see any questions in chat box.
Okay, so you, sir, please you can continue with the the remaining
Okay,
slide. What you're talking about, 2 3 slides, and after that we can take the question answer, sir, if
okay,
there is any coming.
okay, okay.
So meanwhile, participants requested to post their queries in the question tab, and after that, after the completion of session, we can take that.
Hmm.
So
I
please
think
continue.
participants are also joining, Virag bhai. Yeah, they have joined already.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, few are already joined. So we can start, sir.
Okay. So another important issue which came to light was whether RBI was consulted or consented to the demonetization. So it was a very interesting case. In fact, I had also filed a PIL challenging the demonetization, still pending in Supreme Court, and they have not been taken, I think, almost 4 years now. So what was the issue that whether Reserve Bank of India was consulted or not? So as per law, it has to be consulted and consented. However, the minutes of the meeting of RBI clearly said that except one deputy governor, nobody in the RBI was aware about the demonetization. And the night in which it was declared, only at that point of time they came to know, and they did not agree with the argument of the government. So you can see the biggest step taken by a government was without the consent of the central bank of the regulatory central bank of India, Reserve Bank. So that is again a very shocking and a very imperative, or I would say disturbing fact that which has come to light. In fact, similarly, I had filed a recent RTI on the merger of Lakshmi Vilas Bank with DBS, because in that also there is no public auction which has happened and the shareholders value has directly gone to zero. So that RTI also revealed that there was no public auction being done. There was no public notice how it should be bidded, and it was directly sold to DBS as a private sale. Now I don't understand how Reserve Bank of India can take over a bank and sell it. And after the revelation of that RTI information, though without RTI also many writ petitions were filed, but after RTI this concrete information came into light, and all the matters are now clubbed and pending before Supreme Court. Let's see what Supreme Court decides. But the point I am trying to tell you is, whatever information sometimes we think that this is wrong happening, we can file an RTI. I always do this. It's not a personal thing. Sometimes we do something for public interest also, though I will not say that you cannot use RTI for your private interest. Whether it is a private interest or a public interest, RTI can very well be used both ways. There is no concept under RTI Act which says that I have to disclose why I am asking for this information. Therefore, you can always ask for information, and as Madhevji had told, asking for income tax refund status actually expedites your particular refund, and we have seen people getting refund processed within 15 to 30 days after filing of RTI. So that is the power of this particular tool, which obviously now from the tool has become a weapon, and it's a very deadly weapon. Therefore the wings have been curbed, or I would say every time the new government comes, they try to again manage the powers of RTI Act in such a way so that everything does not become transparent. And the electoral bonds is one of such case. So such things will keep on happening, because again it is a tussle between the power of the whoever party comes into power and the public at large. And again, when this tussle goes on, something will have to go to Supreme Court and settle down somewhere. So how to do this RTI work? See, we have discussed a lot. Let's see how practically you can file RTI. So this is how the online portal of RTI looks like. Mind it, it is only for central government department. Each state government has its own RTI portal. So if you are filing for state, you will have to see the online portal of that state. Some states have provided, some states have not provided. Some states authority have provided RTI information in their own website, in their own official website. So you'll have to check state to state. I am just discussing here central RTI portal. Any ministry under, there would be, every department would be coming under some ministry. You have to disclose the name of the ministry. When you go click on this button, you will find the name of all the ministry department. Then public authority, like let's say I have selected Ministry of Finance. So in public authority, RBI will also come. State Bank of India will also come. Union Bank of India will also come. So any regulatory body will be a public authority. State body, PSUs will be public authority. They all will come like this, and you can choose them. Then you have to fill in your details, name, address, and everything. Now you see RTI column. Now here this column does not allow you more than 300 characters. So what you need to do is, if you want to ask more information, then you write it on a Word file and then you can attach it. You see supporting documents, you can attach up to 1 MB file. So you attach that particular document and then submit. You will have to pay a fee of 10 rupees, email ID and mobile number. You will get an acknowledgement. You can go on the website and track your status of RTI. Very simple, very easy. And nowadays the reply is also coming on email. Though they will also post you, but online email, you will get the reply. And that is faster. And now in this COVID period from last 1 year, whenever we are filing RTI, we are seeing that the timelines are being adhered to. Previously, 30 days were taken in a casual way, sometimes 60 days, sometimes 90 days it was happening. But nowadays they are trying to give everything in 30 days. Or probably they will intimate that the information you have asked for, we are gathering it and we will shortly give you. So they might ask for extension of 10 days, 15 days time to provide you the information. So this was all from our side. Now house is open for the queries. So I request all the participants to put in their queries in the chat box so that we will be able to give some answers to your enlightening queries. So Virag bhai, I think no queries have come.
No, sir, there are many queries. Please open the question tab.
Question tab. Okay.
Madhav sir, you can check as well.
Yeah,
in the
I am
question
just.
tab.
Yes. Okay. So now I have got the question tab. Okay. Can I obtain the information of the calls made to police from some other's phone number 2 years ago? Okay, so this is really tricky because you can get your number. See, there has been a case where I called on a number, I called on 100 number as a control room number, asked them to send police to a particular place, and they did not send it. That detail we can ask because it is not a third party detail, because I am asking my own detail. Just like I am asking my own income tax refund, I can ask, but I cannot ask Madhevji's income tax return detail. So similarly, in my opinion, this cannot be asked because it will be a third party detail. Obviously, if there is a defamatory something which has been talked over the phone, then you can very well file a criminal complaint, and under that complaint that information can be given. But under RTI Act, this will be a third party information. So Madhavji, you are taking the next one. Okay, whether an email asking for paying off the outstanding dues within 3 years from due date on the email ID which was earlier used by the customer to communicate with us would suffice? So yes, so this is a question of limitation act. If it is within 3 years and you can prove that that official email ID was every time used, you will in most likelihood succeed before the court of law, Mr. Mitesh. Then another query is from Mr. Ankit Gupta. A cooperative group housing society not funded by government but having reporting requirements to register of cooperative society will be covered under RTI Act. Yes, Mr. Ankit, there's a specific case law on this particular issue. Yes, whatever cooperative societies registrar is having access to, all those documents are public documents and can be sought for under RTI. Then second appeal is not through online portal. Why? In the state of Maharashtra, where the department or authority is not available online, SIC portal, how to file and pay without visiting PA office. So I think Mr. Rakesh, see, it is all dependent on state to state. There is no law that it has to be online. Frankly speaking, there is no law which says it has to be compulsory online. And therefore, every state I have come across many of the writ petitions being filed that please make the RTI Act completely online. So I can't answer what government can do, but the situation is it is not online in many states. Is it mandatory to visit CIC, SIC on hearing, or we can submit written explanation? Yes, we can very well submit the written explanation, and we can say that we are not asking for any hearing. Yes, you can do that. So I think another question is, how can I get the information from Indiabulls Housing Finance Limited? Can I get it from RBI? Yes, Mr. Yadav, Mr. Raja Yadav, you can get the information regarding Indiabulls from RBI. There is no problem. But what information exactly you are looking for? Kindly tell me that information so that I can answer it in a better way. Okay, Mr. Taran Singh is asking for how long the information of call record is kept by police if I want to obtain the information of my calls to police. I faintly remember, though I am not very sure. I think it is 18 months, but you will again have to check it with the authorities. But I think it was 18 months because last time in some of the matter, Vodafone company was summoned. So that was around 18 months. I am from Noida. If I like to contact for case consultation, how can I contact you? So Mr. Pramod Verma, our details are there in the presentation, and you can also get it from Mr. Virag. Our email ID and mobile number is there. Can I know my application status filed under cyber law in local police station? Yes, Miss Kavita, you can very well file an RTI and get your status of the complaint filed. You should also ask in your RTI what are the steps taken to lodge an FIR if it was a criminal complaint. You can very well do it. Mr. Manmohan is asking, I filed RTI, not received information, then I filed first appeal, again not received information, then I filed second appeal. But meanwhile, PIO provided information, but hearing date on second appeal was not given. How to claim penalty from them? So Mr. Asopa, if PIO has given you information, then it is better that that information, when it has been served upon you, you try to get that 25,000 cost from his salary by filing an appeal with first appellate authority. Yes, you have to go by the same sequence, first appellate authority, then second appeal. You cannot directly go to the second appeal. Even though your previous appeal was pending, since your grievance of the first appeal has been resolved, so that will not be sufficient. You will have to claim specifically penalty. Okay, Mr. Satyanarayan, I have received the information after 6 months, though under different section of MCS Act, but can I appeal before CIC? So your purpose is even otherwise satisfied, but yes, under RTI law, you can definitely file an appeal. There is no prohibition. Under RTI, if an information is required to be given and not given, then you can file an appeal. Mr. Amit Kumar, I want to obtain information from police. If I go to RTI online but not able to find correct ministry and public authority, can you please help? Mr. Amit Kumar, police is a state subject, not center subject. So you will not get it on RTI online. That's what I told you. Every state has its own state police, and there they have their own website. So therefore you can go on that state government website. So state police, you will have to go. So I think Virag bhai, I have completed all the question. Okay, I think Satyanarayan ji is asking some more questions. No problem, Mr. Satyanarayan. You can personally contact me if you are not able to ask it here. Okay. Then Mr. Pramod Verma is asking, I filed FIR for cheating under
You
420.
can unmute yourself and ask. After this, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, Nipun bhai, please continue.
I filed FIR for cheating under section 420 on 18th May, but still not filed FIR. What steps I should take? So, Mr. Pramod, first you have to understand, we do not file FIR. We only file criminal complaint. On the basis of the allegation in the criminal complaint, it is for the police to register it as an FIR. So FIR is never filed by you. You file a complaint. In general parlance, you may call it FIR, but it's not an FIR. So if police has taken any step with regard to your complaint, they are bound to give you under RTI. If they have not taken, you can approach the commissioner of police, and I will suggest that you mark a copy not only to the commissioner of police but to also home ministry. I am talking about home ministry of the state. Central home ministry will not help. So Mr. Amit Shah will not help you. You will have to file it with state home ministry. Also, you can mark a copy to state human rights commission so that they may expedite, because they have the power to direct police to investigate. Okay, Mr. Naman, is there any landmark judgment on imposing compensation above 50,000 of public information officer or any public authority under RTI Act? Yes, some cases they have imposed penalty. Okay, so Naman, okay. So Naman, you will have to do research. You are already an advocate now. You should do research. I had filed RTI on 25th March, but still no reply. Can I go for first appeal and ask for my information and penalty? Yes, Mr. Vikas, you can definitely file an appeal and also ask for penalty, also ask for compensation. And in fact, recently, one of the cases is this also, that providing information under RTI is a service given by that department. If they don't do it, you can also claim damages before Consumer Protection Act. So you can also go and file damages there. No more queries. Okay. Mr. Vikas Agarwal, yes, sir. Is there any extension due to lockdown? Supreme Court has, by order dated, extended all the limitation during this lockdown. So even if you have not approached, you can now approach. So Supreme Court had given an extension till 31st May. Now we are in June. So you can easily refer that judgment and you can increase that time of appeal. No issue. Normally courts are accepting. So participants, any other query?
I think there is no query and there is only appreciation I can see from the participants. Thank you so much, sir. And there are many others.
Thank you. Thank you, Virag bhai, for calling us. It's our pleasure to be on your portal again and again. And it's always lovely to share our knowledge. Thank you so much, Virag bhai. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much for wonderful session. Thank you, Mahadev sir, for your wonderful session. Also, thank you to Durgesh Kabra sir and Sanjay Nikam sir in their absence here. And thank you all the attendees for attending the session and making it here as a interactive session by asking your question. And due to technical glitch, we have to take the break for 5 minutes. And now we are smooth from last more than 20 minutes. So thank you so much for the your cooperation. And with this, we can conclude our today's session. Friends, as announced in the start of the session as well, tomorrow we have a session on future tax paradigm with the tax side of the corporates. along with the who is the president of All India Federation of Tax Practitioners, IRS officer also who is a member of ITIT as well is addressing from our platform as an what is the future of taxation system, including income tax and GST. We can see there are many glitches on technology side, but apart from what is the law and how compliance will be there. So kindly attend that. On Sunday we have a GST session. From next week we have a session on capital market webinar series for 5 days. After that we have a series on AML. So all that are made for available for all the attendees. So take the benefit of if it is of your interest. And with this announcement, we are concluding our today's session. And the balance part of this our today's session of last 20 minutes is, will be uploaded separately on our YouTube channel. So if anybody is not yet, not joined in the initial 5-10 minutes, they can check that later on and all other session as well. So thank you so much once again, Nipun Bhai and Madhav sir, for your wonderful session. As always, we have called many times on RERA session, on other session. Nipun Bhai has also taken session recently on M&A, and we have a session again in the next week on M&A. So we will take, we'll invite again and again, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.